Yo, yo, yo. It's fucking Wednesday night, and you know what that means.
A motherfucker like me is stressing out.
Word. It's motherfucking the day to watch fucking sports. You fucking feel me? And we got the fucking Knicks versus the Celtics. It's in the third quarter. We down by, what's that?
15,
which we've been down by that before.
Is it 15?
The third quarter.
Know.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
we got this, yo. It ain't over until it's over. When the fat lady sings, we
bro,
tell that
they
bitch
don't
to
got
keep singing.
Tatum. How the fuck are we losing? But
It's it looks like Richardson looks tired. Whatever the fuck number 23 on the Knicks is. Oh, there you go, fucking muff. Homeboy looks tired.
I'm about to go Super Saiyan anger. All right.
Yo, listen, I hear you. But we cannot rest on our laurels. We need to kill them dead.
Look, I want to finish it tonight in Boston. That way, I can be up in here talking about Boston sucks.
Word.
That's one. Two, where the fuck is Ray? Ray hasn't been around for like 2 months. Yo, Ray, I swear to God, if you out with another baby mama, we gonna have problems.
We definitely gonna have problems. Shit, I don't know. Ray likes to fucking use that excuse that he's in a meeting. You know? Shit, every Wednesday, the fucking Knicks are playing for our lives.
Every Wednesday at the same time. Come on.
Word. Come on, man. You know better than that.
I see you, Ray. I see you.
Word. You got some explaining to do, Ray.
Big time. Okay?
Word.
You not reloaded.
What up, Joseph? Yo, it's crazy how Ray can't tell which fucking movies his shit's coming from.
Yo, that hurt me.
And the funny thing is, earlier in the day, maybe 15 minutes before we said that to Ray, I said, there you are. Do I know you? No, but you're there. That's where you are. What movie's that from? And he didn't get that neither.
Wait, you said it again?
There you are. Do I know you? No, but you're there. That's where you are. And he didn't get that neither. It's the same fucking movie. The same fucking movie.
Well, he did say he didn't like the Austin Powers movies, which, again, I can understand Goldmember. But, bro, really, the first one is gold. And 2, The Spy Who Shagged Me is also gold.
Word. And then they tried to take that literally with the third one and gold. Remember, nah.
Bro, that movie was horrible. I'm sorry. Anybody here who thinks that Beyonce can act, no, she can't.
She just had some hips. And I say had because I don't know what happened to him.
I'm not even going to go there.
Listen, man.
I always thought the best looking one out of all of them was Kelly Rowland.
Yeah. Yeah.
And one of the girls that got kicked out of the group before they blew up.
Word. But do not get us wrong. You still get it.
I don't know.
Shit.
It's the end of the third quarter. I can take a small little break.
Damn, 2 air balls back to back.
Guys,
Sorry,
I'm here. I'm also watching there, and like I told earlier, I'm also working. So if you see my eyes going around, it's not because I'm going crazy.
Word.
And my eyes look like they bugging out. It's because I'm looking like at one. I got 3 different screens going on.
Because of Ray's fault.
And 2. And then I also got to keep an eye out for Ray.
Word. We know what that motherfucker doing.
Yo, Ray got some explaining to do, okay?
Word.
But let's talk a little bit. I know tonight probably the game is going to dominate a lot of it, but we have a couple of news coming from football.
And some news from baseball.
Derrick Henry signed a fucking extension.
With the Ravens?
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember,
shit.
when the Ravens signed him, they only signed him for 1 year.
Yeah. They got whatever was left with the Jets, right?
No. When he left the Titans, it was a clean slate.
Wait, who the fuck am I thinking of? That
Bryce
went from
Hall?
No. We got him from the Ravens. My bad.
Who the fuck you get from the Ravens?
The running back. The Jets, the first year with Aaron Rodgers when he got hurt. We had him for like half a year, and he didn't even touch the ball.
Damien, I'm going to say it right now. Don't get smacked through a podcast.
Word. Have some respect, Damien. You ever seen Celtic Pride? Respect.
It ain't no joke. All right? I would literally astral project myself through this laptop, appear in front of you, and slap the taste out your mouth.
I seen him do it.
Right?
I seen him do it. I seen him do it to a bitch ass motherfucker too.
That's right.
Shit. You don't want him doing it to your ass. It was Cook. There you go, Dalvin Cook. See, normal guy.
Nah, but he came from Minnesota, not from the Ravens.
It was purple.
Two different shades. But I'll give you that one.
Shit.
Good word, Joseph. Let them know we don't need that negativity here.
Word. Shit. The news from the UFC.
I've been thinking, who the hell did the Jets get from the Ravens? We go down and Cook. I'm like, man, you need to work on your shades, okay?
Listen, man, I'm bad with names.
All right, just like the shade that the Green Bay Packers use and the shade that the Jets use are two different kinds of greens.
No, I know that. I know that for a fact. Shit, the Green Bay Packers use a pussy shade of green.
Damien, it ain't Will Smith Jr.'s going. I'm gonna reincarnate Bernie Mac. Remember that horrible movie called Head of State where he did with Chris Rock, where he coming off the train and he smacks two people and then he really winds up to smack the third one? You gonna get that third one, kid. But watch yourself.
He said, "Bring it, Will Smith."
But watch yourself, boy.
Word, shit.
Nah, but that contract apparently that contract makes him the highest paid running back, even higher than Barkley.
Shit.
Yeah. By the way, Barkley, you're dead. You're dead to me.
You fucked up, Barkley. We supposed to be like this. We're supposed to be like this, Tommy.
Bro, you not only did you go to the White House, you also golfed with him too?
And
Dude.
shit.
You know what that means to Italians, right? You're dead.
Shit, you know golfing is house nigga shit.
That's right. Yes, the master.
Damn, son. Damn.
No, but yeah, and then, bro, what are the Steelers doing? They trade for DK, and DK is like, yo, I get to play with George Pickens, and then they trade George Pickens to the Cowboys. And I didn't really see them draft a wide receiver in this draft that, I mean, like, they're used to unearthly wide receivers, but, like, if I, now mind you, I know they're going after Aaron Rodgers. If I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm like, oh, goddamn, we're down 20. God damn.
That's how we like to play. We like to play behind big booties. Son of a bitch. See what you did, Damien? I'm about to turn to Dr. Strange and smack your ass. Shit, I'm about to fucking read from the book of Ashanti. That's right, the fucking always on time.
Listen, man, like I said, I want my Knicks to win today.
Yeah.
Because I don't want them to come back for Game 6. You know what I'm saying? I get it. It's the first game. Boston doesn't have Tatum. I know that crowd is probably going crazy. You know, that it's probably giving the the Celtics a lot of fucking energy and stuff like that. If it does come back to New York, I need my New York people to have that same kind of energy.
Word.
But,
You can't fucking.
So Indiana beat Cleveland. Now Cleveland was the number one rank in the East.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yo, dude, we're going into a thing where...
Listen, my guy. I don't mind the Paul driver maybe through a table, but through concrete. Come on, I'm not trying to kill the kid. I mean, I ain't trying to go to jail, no more guy. Come on.
A concrete table.
Yeah, but look, I get it. I'm seeing the game or whatever. I know the refs are calling this in Boston's favor when your man Carl Anthony in the second quarter is already in foul trouble, and I saw the foul. I saw the fouls; they were bad.
Yeah, it's always funny how all of a sudden, you know, they want to drag this shit out because they're probably getting the most views on this.
Dude, New York versus Boston, of course they're trying to, you know, it's like, I know they're going to try to drag it out.
Some people are saying that if the Knicks win this series, they might as well cancel the playoffs. The Knicks are the champions.
No, look, again, and you will get this, like my man Herm Edwards once say, you play to win the game. You still have to play the game. I'm sorry, who did we lose? I know we were hurt last year, but who did we lose to last year? Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
So, I want the Knicks to beat Boston, whether it be tonight or in Game 6. You know what I'm saying? And that way we can go and we can mollywop Indiana and show them last year, hey, we were hurt, and now we good.
Yeah. Shove it up their ass.
That's right.
Yeah. Any chance to say fuck Boston is a good chance.
Motherfucker.
Word. Any chance to say fuck Boston is a good chance.
Pretty much.
This is it. Bad luck show has shown up. I fucking knew it. It was show all the time, fucking it up for everybody. What's going on, show?
What's up, brother?
Shit.
You should have just no show.
I gotta show up so the Knicks can win because we losing.
You the reason why we losing.
No. You got to reverse. You got to reverse. Whoa. No, my guy. No ditties.
Diddy's here?
Yo, you saw what they said, what Cassie said about with the Diddy, with the fucking itty bitty Diddy parties? The freak offs?
Some nasty shit.
They got to release those tapes. I got to see it for myself. I'm not going to believe it until I see it.
Well, apparently Cassie's there. Jennifer Lopez is there. Rumors that Beyonce.
Shit, we need to see it.
Hey, listen, man. I don't need to see J-Lo. All right? I don't.
I do. I need proof. I want to see if her love costs a thing or not.
Bro, then you go watch Money Train and U-Turn.
I've seen it, but I want to see it in real life. I want to see no acting.
All right, then go find yourself a Puerto Rican girl from the Bronx.
Shit.
We already got one, Hoach.
Then I'm going to get Rosie Perez. Because I don't know about that orange drink. Yeah, if you know, you know. Just saying.
God damn, there's a lot of work here.
That son of a bitch. I'd have shot him.
Bro, did you... I mean, I know we don't really talk about that stuff, but her husband left the courtroom while she was fucking testifying.
Who? J-Lo?
Cassie's.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and then that motherfucker walked out.
You nasty bitch.
I mean, he was scared, apparently.
I don't know if. Listen, man. Apparently, he forced her to do shit. Apparently, he raped her when she was first going out with her current husband. Look, bro. If the shit is 100% true, that motherfucker Diddy dying in jail.
I mean, he should. Not for nothing. Like, the fuck? You can't be doing shit like that and then just be getting, scot-free. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some fucked up shit.
Hey, listen, he is friends with Trump. Just putting it out there.
It's true. But, I mean, they didn't help R. Kelly.
R. Kelly wasn't friends with Trump.
But he was the world's greatest.
And that man, he knew how to write a song. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. But other than that,
I mean, that his first album, 12 Play. I mean, got some bangers. Like I stopped listening to the R. Kelly songs to what he did. But man, the man had some bangers.
he did. I ain't even gonna lie, he did.
Hey, my man. Yeah, no more God. Goddamn, make your shots. And
They had to tell me the
that
scores. I'm not able to watch. I'm over here in the home.
bro, I'm about to put my what was it? Monday when they won, I almost put my fist through a wall because they won. I'm about to put my head through a wall because they losing.
You should
It's
put
on
Show's head
Let's
through
go.
a
Let's
wall.
make that. God damn it! The moment I talk about let's make that comeback, fucking Boston wants to hit a fucking three, motherfucker.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
It's tough, bro. It's tough.
It's hard out here for a pimp, I know, but listen, man, this is the problem because if we lose today, they get more momentum, and last thing we want is for them to get fucking more momentum, because then it means we're gonna have to do it in 6 or 7, and even though we could do it in 6 or 7, I don't want to do it.
We got to do it in Game 6. If we don't do it tonight, we have to do it in Game 6.
They don't have a Jason Tatum. The NBA wants them to go one more game. We could kill these guys.
Yo, the beautiful part about that is, the
way the
fuck
referees are refereeing these games, yeah.
Fuck Jason Tatum. I even changed the background for y'all niggas.
You put the Boston green behind you? You motherfucker.
That's
that's
not even close to Boston green.
That's more like a jet green, but the whole thing's been green since we started this.
My man, you put the blue and red back.
Even before we started to lose.
Blue and orange.
This is why.
But he got orange on. Don't you see the shirt?
Yeah. For the Knicks. Shit, it's even repping New York. It says the Tour de Bronx. New York is in the Bronx.
Hey, Bronx? Is that the Bronx?
That's right. New York is in the Bronx.
Not the Brooklyn?
Oh, Brooklyn wants to be in the Brooklyn wants to be in the Bronx.
Gigi, don't stab me, Gigi.
Shit.
Man.
But yo, Pete Rose has been unbanned from the MLB. Him and countless other people.
Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Yep. And I don't know why they would ban this man for not wearing shoes.
Where's the shoes?
You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna have to get over that.
I never agreed with banning Pete Rose. They said that he bet on baseball games, and look, it was never proven that he bet on his baseball games.
Yeah.
He bet on other baseball games.
And Otani's doing it now.
This is why we don't pay show the big bucks. Ha ha! No my God.
Word.
Hey, no more guy. You give me my money.
Ooh, kid.
So yeah, Otani was doing it. He was betting on games with somebody with a proxy. So why ban him? He didn't even get a suspension.
Who?
He don't speak English.
Otani.
That was his agent. That wasn't him.
Bullshit. He just said that they just banned him from horse racing because he's winning too much. I just saw it in the news. Otani.
Yeah, but that's horse. That's horse racing.
That has nothing to do with
baseball. Rose was betting on baseball.
What I'm saying is, you really think he wasn't betting on baseball if he's betting on horses?
There's proof saying that he wasn't.
The proof is that he's Japanese.
He's turning Japanese and they turning Japanese.
That's racist.
I'm sorry, he made me do it.
Word. Just because the man's Japanese doesn't mean that he's Japanese.
But and then with Shoeless Joe Jackson, you remember the World Series where the White Sox apparently threw the World Series for money? Yes. Apparently he was never a part of it, but because he was a part of the team, they banned him. But he came out was like he was like, nah, man. He goes, that has nothing to do with me. I was playing to win.
But you see how the show just said that's fucked up, but then he wanted to accuse Otani for fucking betting on baseball when he was betting on horses? You just did the same shit these motherfuckers did. But because they did it, that's fucked up.
Bro, that's fucked up. They associated him just because the rest of the team was cheating. You said we gonna add you to the list. He must be black.
Well, you know, that happened. That happened way back in the 1930s and something like that, a long time ago. You know,
he's definitely black.
Back when everything was a team sport. So if your team cheated, whether you was involved or not, you got with them.
You got the gots. The Sony gots, the Louis gots, all the gots.
I mean, I'm telling you, I'm about to walk into that Knicks locker room and pistol whip each one of them. Because I know they went into that game thinking, yo, Tatum is down, we got this game. And look what's happening. They're getting mollywopped by 23 fucking points.
Why would they think like that? Boston is 9-2 without him.
We do because that's
because
they got the
athletes
soul
think
out
like
of them.
that. Athletes think like that, show.
They think we got their soul.
They're like, oh, Tatum is their best player. They were out their best player. We can win this game easy. We don't have to go there, balls to the walls. And that was one of my concerns. One of my concerns was that they weren't going to go for the throw. See, this is why Kobe Bryant was such a fucking amazing player.
Word.
Because Kobe would have gone for the throw. He's like, nah, I don't care if their 5 starters are out. I'm going in there like they're all playing, like all the starters are playing, and I'm gonna go in there to win. That's what made Kobe. And that is the mentality that a lot of people lack. And I've noticed that a lot of athletes lack that killer mentality.
And what sucks is that everybody does the whole, they're fucking, they want money, so they're going to make the game go longer. And the more you see that, the more you hear that, the more you start believing it, because then you see the fouls, you see all this other shit, and it makes the fucking game bad. It makes the fucking game bad now. It's like, no wonder these kids ain't got no fucking heart, because they don't even get a chance to play the fucking game because it's rigged.
But Randy Orton is the legend killer. The Knicks are the Achilles killer.
Shit.
I mean, Randy Orton RKO'd a lot of legends. I don't think the Knicks have gotten a lot of Achilles injuries.
Yeah, right. Name me 17 people that got hurt with their Achilles from the Knicks.
I can name you 17 people or legends that Randy Orton RKO.
Word. But shit, speaking of legends, going back to Pete Rose. I know you said you don't agree with them banning him, but how fast do you think he's going to get into the Hall of Fame now that he's unbanned?
Next year. But man, the guy is the all-time hits leader in baseball.
Mr. 3000.
Like, bro, like the closest player to him is 1,000 hits below. No, he had like 4,000 hits if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Pete Rose had 4,256 hits.
And the closest one is what?
I'm gonna guess Jeter or Ichiro Suzuki.
It would have to be Ichiro.
Ichiro Suzuki.
No, because didn't Ichiro have 3,000 hits before he came to the MLB, and then he got another 3,000 hits?
They don't count it though. I don't think so.
I don't know if he got 3,000 hits in Japan, but I know he was nasty in Japan.
They don't count it because he won Rookie of the Year. If they counted it, he wouldn't be a rookie.
Nah, fuck that. Sometimes they do. Remember, Masui didn't win Rookie of the Year, and they gave it to Angel something, a shortstop from the Royals, and they said, oh, well, Matsui was playing in Japan for about 10 years, so he's not technically a rookie.
Okay, so I got the top 10 hits. Top 10 most hits in the MLB career. Pete Rose has 4,256. Ty Cobbs has 4,189.
Yeah, Ty Cobb.
Yeah, and then Hank Aaron has 3,771. Stan Musial, has 3,630. Trice Speaker has 3,514. Derek Jeter has 3,465. Cap Anston has 3,435. Honest Wagner, 3,420. Nap LaJoie, 3,399. And Ricky Henderson has 3,012.
Look, man, there's still over 5 minutes left. We can still win. Still doable. Let me see. Damien said Pete Rose should have been in the Hall of Fame. I mean, this man made bets and made drug deals with the cartels.
Okay, so get this.
Whoa. Damien, what do you hear that he made deals with the cartels? Please elaborate.
Yeah,
and normal guy, you will not catch me in the front quarters in New Orleans.
Why, you don't like the barrio?
My man, they have the haunted door, the actual haunted door. Yeah, you're not catching me there. This is why white people die in horror movies.
Speaking of horror movies, I think you would, I don't want to say enjoy, but I think you would like the werewolf movie. The one that just came out.
Okay.
Where, he goes into a cabin with his family and he gets turned into a werewolf. It's a slow thriller that gives you that old school horror vibe.
Oh, okay.
Like if you're not a slow burn horror guy, you think this movie sucks. But if you actually pay attention and you see the slow burn and the way they
some suspense, not boom, hi, I'm a werewolf.
Yeah, like the reason why I say that is because there's not much talking. If there was a lot of talking, I was like, yo, this movie sucks. But because there wasn't a lot of talking and you see emotional acting and you actually see the transition in a long period, it's like, all right, this is a pretty good movie. I think you would appreciate it.
Yeah. Joseph. I mean, Damien. Joseph has a good idea. But did he kill anybody?
That's right. But did they die?
That's right. But do you die?
Yeah, so I actually got the combined hits for Ichiro from Japan and the Major Leagues. He has 4,367 hits combined, where 3,089 of those hits were in the MLB, and 1,278 of those hits were in Japan.
Yeah, he only played like maybe a couple of years in Japan before he came over here.
Yeah.
Damien, I need source material. I never heard P. Rose admit that he did drug deals with the cartels.
Word. Now that show's gone, we're going to come back. BRB got to come.
He used the excuse, got to charge my phone.
Mm-hmm.
You in your truck, there's a charger right there.
Mm-hmm. Charge your phone.
You know what it is? He about to go eat them cheeseburgers. He don't want Ray watching. He doesn't want Ray to watch him eat no cheeseburger. He still wait because Ray still waiting on that cheeseburger. Just saying.
Word. Because we all know Ray's watching this shit with his girl. And he fucking...
We just don't know which number she is.
Word. And he waiting for Show to have a cheeseburger so that way he can have his girl drive down to there and attack him. Shit, it's Cheeseburger Girl. You know how you got Cheeseburger Fred? You got Cheeseburger Girl. Always come up in there like, hey, Ray, I got a burger for you. What's up, baby? You know what I'm saying? With them
I'm gonna be real blunt on this one. Barry Bonds never failed a steroid test. Never. You can say that he was on steroids all you want. The man never failed a test. And he would test it often.
I mean...
Joseph's currently eating a cheeseburger. That's fucking awesome.
That is awesome. Yeah.
Now, mind you, Damien, the man went from being a very skinny guy to looking like the Hulk. Yeah.
Oh. Shit, Jalen Brunson's out.
Yeah, I saw that.
Motherfucker. Ain't that some shit? My bad. Jalen Brunson's out on the day of my daughter's wedding and they don't even have the decency to call me the fucking Godfather?
I just hope that he's not out for a long period of time.
Word. Yo, Holly Holmes joined Jake Paul's most valuable promotion.
Say that again?
Holly Holmes has joined Jake Paul's most valuable promotions. She's under his promotion and he just...
Holly, I always had good respect for you, Holly, but now you knocked out Ronda Rousey.
You did us a favor.
Right there, I loved you just because of that.
Word.
But you joining that Burgers fucking promotion?
Shit. That's crazy. Well, speaking of...
I'm upset that the homegirl fought for him. You know what I'm saying?
Amanda Serrano?
Yeah.
I think she's under that shit too.
I know. That's why I'm saying I'm upset.
Yeah. But not for nothing. Take him out of it. The shit that they're doing, where it's an all-women's card in Madison Square Garden. This is one of the most talked about fights. It's the third one. They're taking over boxing because boxing has been slipping.
My man, if it's not Canelo or Tank,
and nobody's watching.
Ain't nobody watching.
Yeah, they had Ryan Garcia fight in the middle of Times Square, and people were like, when?
Bro, I knew that was happening, and people were like, are you watching? I'm like, fuck no.
Word.
I'm like, they're like, why? I'm like, my man, I'm trying to get home. You know how much fucking traffic is going to be caused? That's just causing.
Word.
That's like I love my listen, bro. I love my Yankees, but when the Yankees are playing in the Bronx, it's fucking hella traffic.
Yeah, and they close streets too. They don't. It's not just traffic. They close streets.
You know, and then mad motherfuckers on the train, especially tourists who don't know that the D, pause,
Stands for dick.
the D takes you
Stands
to
for
Yankee
dick.
Stadium, not the A.
Word.
Oh, what takes me to Yankee Stadium? Read a book, motherfucker.
Shit, practice. Practice takes you to Yankee Stadium. It doesn't just take you to Carnegie Hall, bitch.
Will you teach me to football?
Shit. We need to teach the Knicks some defense. I guess that's what they're talking about with there's no secondary. Come on, man.
Say it again?
We need miles and miles of heart. Where's Shane Falco when we need him? Sorry, though. We still got 3 minutes left.
Yeah. Man,
Oh,
it's 2.5 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
It's
So the UFC happened over the weekend.
bro. Sorry. I'm sorry. Dana White. I hope this gets to you. You're killing UFC. I know you sold it or whatever, but you know you still like put this shit together. You are killing UFC, bro.
Yeah. I honestly hate the fact that you have to pay for a service then to pay for the pay-per-view. Like at this point, just make the service fucking.
Joseph, UFC is not cooking. It might be in a boiling pot.
Well, I think
with the lid on.
he means it's about to start cooking with the next couple of cards, but
Like my whole thing was like, yo, when I saw a UFC card, I was like, cool. Yo, let me see. And now I see a UFC card, and I'm like,
who's this nigga? Yeah,
I literally have to look people up when I see a card.
yeah, because you're not for nothing. Most of these people, like Belal Muhammad, everybody's like, yo, he's nice. I only saw him fight twice, and he's the welterweight champion now. Like, I remember when people used to earn fights, not just based off of their reputation. And then he loses.
I remember watching the fight, and it was like the number ranked 12 in the division versus the number 3. Like, why is the number 3 fighting the 12?
Yeah.
Number 3 should be fighting the 2.
Or the 4. Somewhere in the top 5.
I mean, it's just Joseph. That's what I mean. It's like the ranking is like all fucked up. Somebody moves up or moves down in weight class, and they get in a championship fight right away. Like, no, earn that shit.
Word. Just like Homeboy just relinquished the lightweight championship,
Yeah,
so he could go up to fight for the welterweight championship.
right. And I bet you his first fight is going to be with like the top 5 ranked fucking guy.
He's fighting Oliveira, Charles Oliveira.
Right. Why? You want to move up in weight class, you got to start at the back of the line.
Or at least top 10. Not top 5, top 10. Because you are a champion in another weight class, top 10. And if let's say you destroy number 9. He's like, oh, this nigga's nice. Put him in the top 5 then. But I'm pretty sure they're like, yo, if he beats Oliveira, he's getting a title shot. And he's like, okay, cool. But what happened to the rest of the fucking welterweight division that earned the title shot? Because Oliveira didn't earn the title shot in his last match. He lost.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Shit, but Jose Aldo finally fucking retired. He lost by unanimous decision.
Look,
and he
bro,
finally retired.
I'm gonna be very clear. He hasn't been the same since he caught that left from McGregor.
Yeah, but I think that's because they wouldn't give him a rematch. I think if they would have gave him a rematch, he would have been like, "Yo, that was a fucking fluke." Yada yada yada. I'm coming. I'm gonna beat the shit out of him.
Not for nothing. I think McGregor knew that he he happened to catch him.
Yeah.
He didn't want to fight Aldo.
No,
Aldo was coming off of what, 10 fight win streak or something like that.
Yeah.
McGregor knew he got lucky with that punch because Aldo did something he never did. Aldo usually just sits back and watch. Aldo charged him, something that Aldo never does. If Aldo would have just hung back and shit like that, I guarantee you McGregor doesn't beat him.
Yeah.
If Aldo fights his fight instead of trying to be aggressive, but like I get it, McGregor be saying some wild shit, make you want to fucking rush him.
That's why he didn't want to fight Nurmagomedov neither. He didn't want to fight his ass because he knew Nurmagomedov wasn't going. When he started the promotion for it, and Nurmagomedov took all that shit personal, he was on some, oh, yo, dude, this is a promotion. I don't give a shit. I'm going to fuck you up. McGregor was like, yo, bro, relax. And even in the fight, he's like, talk your shit now. Like, you ever see the subtitles of what he's saying to McGregor while he's fucking him up? Like, on the ground, he's like, talk your shit now. Say your shit now. And McGregor's like, yo, bro, it's promotion. He's like, no. Say your shit now. Say it now. And then he jumped out of the cage to fight his team. That, I would be like, yo, that was real mad. Like, that was, all right. That was, I'm going to fuck you and your family up. And then after he fucked them up, he ran outside. I was like, yo, good for him. That's on site. Not like with Nate. Remember when Nick Diaz fought, I forgot who he fought, but it was on NBC. And then the punk, the dude who did the bully beatdown, Mayhem Miller, jumped in the cage and just stood in front of him. And they're like, what the fuck? And then they started fighting. It was like, nah, the minute you saw him, he threw punches.
All right, so Joseph is saying that the new promoters don't like double champions. I don't know how I feel about that because I'm not a big Bill Belichick guy, but one thing he said always sticks with me. If you don't want me to do something, stop me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you don't want me to score, stop me.
Yeah.
So I get it. You know. So and they're also going to retire the BMF tie belt.
Yeah, I think that's going to retire with Holloway and Poirier.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, everybody who wins that belt loses at the next fight. So.
Yeah, to be honest with you, that should be the interweight championship. That should be one of those, the heavyweight champion wants to fight a middleweight, or the heavyweight guy wants to fight a middleweight guy.
Yeah.
We're going to meet in the middle with the weight, and then this is for this title.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Joseph, we need a rivalry like Chael or Silva. Or we need a rivalry, period.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of these matches are like one and done. One guy beats the other, and then the other guy just like fades away.
Yeah,
like if my man got Thanos snapped.
Yeah, they try to do it with Jones, but it's one.
But
Jones doesn't fight the nigga until it is. He is. But he doesn't fight the dude until about 5 years after the rivalry started. Dude, he's been trying to get him to fight Homeboy for what, 3 years now? Spinall?
Bro, because he's a druggie.
He is.
This man could literally have... John Jones could have literally held UFC in the palm of his hand if he didn't do fucking drugs.
Yeah. He could have. And when he first came out and he got DQ'd by Matt Hamill, I was like, yo, this dude is special. And then he fought the next couple fights. I'm like, yo, wait a minute. This dude's cheating. With his fingers out, he's kicking the knee. I'm like, yo, bro, you talked all that shit against Rampage and you fought him like a pussy. You talked all that shit with Rashad Evans and you fought him like a pussy. And everyone knows Rashad Evans ain't got hands like you do. You could have mollywopped these motherfuckers. but you fought him like a bitch. Like, yo, dude, you caught Daniel Cormier with that head kick because you gave him the oldest trick in the book. Daniel Cormier fell for that. You can't deny it. But he was hitting you with haymakers that you was just walking through, and you was coked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. You fucking Scarface the shit out of that match. Say hello to my little friend.
My man, you had a grown man crying because he couldn't get to fight you. And it's a grown man that you beat twice. I mean, granted, one of the times you tested positive for cocaine afterwards. Mm-hmm. But my man was crying because he wanted to. Like, those kind of rivalries don't happen anymore.
Oh, yeah. And did you hear the new shit now?
No.
John Jones said that he would have beat DC at heavyweight. And DC said, you would have never fucking beat me at heavyweight.
At lightweight, John Jones has the advantage. At heavyweight, my man DC's just laying on him.
Yeah. Hey, yo, dude, because now Jones had to get way bigger. But Daniel Cormier has that natural strength, and he doesn't deplete. He's not killing himself. There's a difference. You have to kill yourself.
Jones has to gain weight to get to him, and then, like, people don't understand. Like, when you gain weight or lose or have to lose weight to fight, and you're not at your natural fighting weight or whatever, that shit fucks you up. It throws you off completely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're at a disadvantage. Don't say that heavyweight he could beat DC easily. DC Smirk said, "Nigga, please," minus the nigga part. Yo, but I'm pretty sure he said that shit in his head. Like,
mentally, he mentally said, "This motherfucker right here."
He said, "Yo, you still on coke? You gotta be drugged up. You got to be drugged up."
Absolutely, but yeah, you know what? Yeah, I mean, there's no great rivalries no more, bro. Tito and Odell, you know?
Yeah. Yo, dude, and not for nothing, I will never admit this because of his past and the way he fucking decided to have his career. John Jones, best fighter in the world, but I'm not saying he is. I would never admit that. To me, there's somebody better because if you got to be drugged up, he's the Jeff Hardy of the fucking MMA world.
I'll definitely give you that. Yeah, that's a good analogy. That is a very good analogy.
Because Jeff Hardy, with his popularity and his ability, he would be where CM Punk is right now at the top.
Again, would have had the world eating out of his hands.
Yeah.
Just in wrestling, like John Jones would have had it in UFC.
He would have been making claim to I'm the greatest of all time, not you, John Cena. But they had to fuck it up. They had to fuck it up. Constantly. Not once, not twice, constantly. Every time that they got forgiven, fuck it up. And then they put him in rehab and 24 hours later he walks out. It's like, oh man, now you're not even going to fucking take responsibility for your shit. You're not even going to atone for your actions. Like, all right, I get it.
Think about this shit, right? That family.
Yeah.
His brother Chandler Jones dominated for a period in football. John Jones dominated for a period in UFC. Like, Chandler Jones retired because of due to old age. John Jones fucked up because of drugs. And they have a younger brother that was like mediocre. I think he also went into football. But that's an athletic ass family. And bro, all you had to do was stay clean.
Bro, and he couldn't do that.
Bro, millions of dollars, drugs. Millions of dollars that would give you everything you've ever wanted in life. You could have retired like at 35 from UFC and then done all the drugs you fucking wanted. Like, if you were telling me that you were popping for marijuana, I'd be like, okay. All right, I'll let you slide with marijuana. But, dude, you were popping for cocaine. And then you also pop for steroids, I think. So it's like, yo, dude. Like, bro, What is going through your head? What stupidity did you do?
And there was another drug that he popped for to counteract the cocaine. I forgot what it was though. Remember he said it was dick pills?
Yeah. God damn. Right. So without Jason Tatum, the Knicks got lost by the most points. Without, like I look. Sometimes when a team loses the best player, it puts the team to play better as a team. But Knicks, you guys got mollywopped 127 to 102. It's 25 points. Should never fucking happen. I expect game 6 that you guys come in here and you fucking mollywop them in the Garden. And Damian, I blame you. Let's see here. Yeah, that was a bad loss, man. I can't believe the Knicks lost like that. Can't lose like that, my people. Can't lose like that. Drugs and women and DC were going through his head. Bro, to tell you the truth, I don't think Jones even thought that DC was a problem to him. I think that Jones was that conceited, that overconfident that at light heavyweight, he never thought that DC would be a problem. And it's funny because I've never heard of Jones having an issue with women. It was just drugs. My man could have left the drugs off to the side, made millions and millions of dollars in the UFC clean, retired by age 30 because, man, the dude was young when he was doing it. When he first started, he was young. You know what I'm saying? My man could have been like GSP, enjoying all that fucking money and wealth.
Yep.
But no, listen, I get it. Drugs are addictive. That's we all know that's what they do. They become addictive. Just like a good woman, become addictive. Or,
bad woman.
400 of them like Ray has.
Word. But it's still, man, it's like, and then they just keep giving chances after chances after chances. And the UFC shows they don't even.
Not for nothing, I never seen anybody get as many chances as John Jones did, popping for like cocaine.
Yeah.
Not an athlete. I mean, I've seen actors get thousands of chances.
Yeah.
For all that shit. But yeah, it's tough, bro. Like, dude, look, I'm not a weed smoker. I enjoy my cigars here and there, but I'm a drinker. I'll tell you straight out. What I'm saying?
Me too.
Not that kind of drinking. But if you tell me, hey, you can't drink for this many days because you got to do that, and you tell me the outcome, if I win, is double digits, millions of dollars, okay. I won't touch a bottle of liquor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dana White privilege strong with Jones. Yeah, dude.
And McGregor.
He let them do whatever they wanted.
Yep. And dude, it shows you that you don't need them because they haven't fought in years. Like we went to Buffalo Wild Wings, what, last year?
Yeah.
In like what, November?
It was
October?
Yeah, it was November, yeah.
November? And then he hasn't fought since then. And then before that, he hasn't fought in 2 years. Conor McGregor hasn't fought in what, 3-4 years now?
Yep.
Shit. And you're gonna sit there and still be on their dick when they want to fight?
I don't get it, bro.
Guarantee you.
I just don't
Guarantee you, if John Jones went to MLW, or the major league fighting shit or
Right.
whatever, and they put on a show, no more than maybe 100,000 people would buy it, and with their regular shit in.
You're probably right.
Like, oh, John Jones is fighting Eric Strungsum. He's been the Ukrainian champion for 14 years. No one's been able to beat him. It's like, cool. Tell me how that went. You know?
Unfortunately, that's how a lot of this shit goes. Like, man, I don't know.
Word. Little news update. I'm watching AEW, and it's the cage match between Samoa Joe and John Moxley. And to no one's surprise, John Moxley's bleeding. How? I don't know.
You know what's crazy? The fact that Samoa Joe is in AEW, and I'm like, yeah.
You're not a fan of Samoa Joe?
I love Samoa Joe.
Oh.
But the fact that I'm like,
And they'd be all right.
you know, it's like,
Yeah, I hear you. This shit is not the same as it used to be.
Bro, big Samoa Joe fan. Joe's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think that Joe, like, if I had to go to remember those questions that they be asking, like, if you ever to go be at a bar and you had to pick 5 wrestlers to be with you. I don't know about the other 3, but I know who 2 of them would be. Haku in his prime and Samoa Joe in his prime.
I hear that.
Bro, that's...
And the Godfather, because the Godfather he is a boxer.
Bro, don't sleep. The Godfather, when he was in his prime, when they called him Kama or whatever,
Yeah.
like, he was a fighter.
Yeah.
Plus, we need him to bring the whole train afterwards.
For real. Shit. Celebrate after you whoop everybody's ass.
That's right. My man said, celebrate your ass whooping tonight.
Yo, just don't bring any of them Diddy hoes. Yo, no, but did you hear? Like, did you see? They released some of the text messages that she sent. She said that she had warts on her tongue, and that she had UTIs again, and the penicillin or whatever the fuck wasn't working. Like, there was a lot of shit that they disclosed. Like, damn, there's some nasty shit.
Oh, just like hoes that he used to bring to the
No,
party.
that was Cassie.
Oh,
Fucking texting him. They said that his husband had to walk out. Was that you who said that?
I said his husband walked out. Yeah.
Now you know why.
So
And I'm
Cass
just
said he had that shit.
Yeah. I'm sitting here. It was like, well, we need the videos. We need the proof. No, but yeah, I mean,
Look,
But imagine-
I'm sorry. If you was Cassie, you should have been able to disclose that shit to your husband.
before
You should have
no
been like,
surprise.
yo, look, I gotta go tell the truth in court. This is what happened. So when you hear it, like, not for nothing. If that man wakes up tomorrow and goes, yo, I'm divorcing Cassie, I can't blame him.
Nah, especially if this is news to him.
Right. And that's my point. If it's news to him, like, come on, girl, you should have been said something to him.
Word.
You see, that's why was it Ben Affleck wanted nothing to do with J-Lo after found out that she was in those freak offs.
That's what happened? Shit. I mean, he was like, damn, where you learn this shit? It's like, oh, from fucking
Remember, she was
Tyrone.
with Diddy.
Yeah.
When Diddy had that issue with the guns and whatever, and they even said that he gave her the guns and she put it in her purse, kind of shit or whatever. So she was involved and she kept denying. And then right after that, she got together with, I think, Affleck.
Yeah.
Or another white boy or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
It was a dancer. I think it was a dancer, then Affleck, and then A-Rod, and then fucking Mark Anthony.
She went way away from that whole Diddy world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember when Diddy was like, yo, I need the engagement ring back. Here, give it to the driver. You didn't see shit. And then the funny thing is people are acting like they thought that he ain't say that they won't stop. You know what I'm saying? They should have known. He kept saying it. Like, I thought I told you that we won't stop.
Dude, there's also shit that of what he did with fucking that he had Faith Evans do, whatever, man. I don't.
You gonna have to kill me.
Now remember, according to him, Biggie Small that's his boy, bro. But you made your boy's wife do some foul shit according to records too.
Yeah, that's supposed to be your. Well, they weren't married, right?
Nah, they never married, but you know,
they had a contract or some shit.
I mean, I think the kid she has is Biggie's. Or at least, look, that's some shit that I don't even get involved with because I really don't care about celebrities.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I want is I want the money for that,
bro. They ain't making me money. I don't care.
Word. Nasty motherfuckers.
Joseph?
Shit.
Joseph, what do you mean all these females loved it? Don't go Diddy on us, Joseph. Do not go Diddy on us.
Shit. What's going on with Shannon Sharp and his little freak offs? Listen, man.
To tell you the truth, I think that is a...
What is the point of having a cage match if 15 people are still going to interfere in it?
Say it again?
They had a cage match and literally Claudio, Gila Wooder, and some other white dude just interfered in the shit and Jon Moxley won. What's the point of the cage? It used to be to keep people out. You know how you spell cage in wrestling? SOS. Same old shit.
Bro,
this is the shit you want to watch?
Yeah, I don't get it with that shit. It's a wrestling. It's a cage match. You know what they should do? Like, I know they do it every once in a while, but do the reverse cage. Put everybody that's going to interfere in the cage, like the shark cage or whatever.
Yeah.
Put them in the cage. You know what I'm saying? That way, if somebody interferes, it's somebody that's not involved.
Word. Shit, and then fucking...
Damien, I'm going to ask you something, Damien. What's your beef with the Melendez brothers? Like, do you know the story? Like, everybody knows that they killed their parents. But people forget that according to them, their parents abused the shit out of them.
Yeah.
So, you know, to me, if that is true and their parents abused them and they murked their parents, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Just because they got money doesn't mean Well, just because their
Again,
family got money.
that's just me. If it's 100% true, it's 100% true that their parents abused them, both physically, mentally, and I don't think sexually, but physically and mentally.
Yeah.
And they were
no,
young.
it was sexually.
And
The father was molesting both of them.
Say it again.
The father was molesting both of them.
Oh, fuck that! If that shit is true, I would have never even convicted them. I would be like, yo, I see nothing wrong.
Yeah. But I think what fucked them up is that as soon as they killed him, they went on a shopping spree. They went, this is like, they enjoyed their lives. And it made it seem like they just killed him for the money.
If you just remove the biggest obstacle from your life, or the biggest tormentor in your life, because remember, if the father was doing it and the mother wasn't reporting it, I don't want to hear the shit, oh, well, I didn't report it because it's... If you're not reporting that shit, you're part of the fucking problem too.
No, yeah. Especially with your fucking kids.
You know, you raised twins. You had them underneath your heart. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
So yeah, if to me, they were the way they were killed was very brutal. What they were doing to their kids was very brutal.
Yeah.
Now, if the brothers would have gone and done that to somebody else, that'd be different. But to me, they don't deserve to be in jail if all those allegations are actually true.
Yeah.
So remember, MJF is going to join the Her Syndicate.
Supposedly.
So they revoked the offer they made. Ricochet.
In the WWE, probably. But you remember they also had just finished the O.J. Simpson trial, and everybody was mad that O.J. Simpson got off. So they had to make an example out of somebody. And why not make an example out of people who were abused? You know? Because remember, the law is, if it happens to you, it's okay. If you do it to someone else, murder.
Again,
a side note they don't tell you, they charge you for that too.
Okay, if the glove don't
get a bill.
fit, you must acquit.
Yeah. And they charge you for it. So if you broke, don't die. This is going to cost you extra money.
Okay, look. And I know everybody's going to say, well, if you're not guilty, why are you running? He was a black man.
Yeah, somewhere to be.
Wait, Joseph, she's as guilty as he is? Oh, yes, the mother? Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But, look, all jokes aside with the OJ case, you know what I'm saying? They never proved that he killed her.
I mean, yeah, it's their job to prove it.
They never proved that that he killed them.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, he won the murder case, but he lost the civil case, which is ridiculous, which is why he went bankrupt.
Yeah.
So, to me, if you can't prove that I literally committed murder, how are you gonna find me liable for their deaths and be able to? And I lose in civil court.
Yeah.
I never understood that.
Me neither. Joseph asked earlier, he's like, what is your opinion on Michael Jordan NBC? The NBA on NBC.
I don't know. I don't think he's ever done it. I don't think he's ever been like a commentator or something like that, or an analyst.
Yeah.
You know,
and he's been a bad owner of this.
I mean, yeah. So that is very tough. You know what I'm saying? That is very, very tough. Because to me, like, yeah, just because you were a great player doesn't mean you can be subjective to other players. because you're gonna judge him as you. And as much as I hate Jordan, when you consider him the greatest of all time, it's like, yo, dude, like, how you critique somebody for not doing it up to your level? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I do want to see what he brings. I want to see what kind of thought process he brings. You know,
My whole thing is, what they should have done was like this year, brought him in on a couple of cases or whatever.
Yeah.
Not just say, hey, Michael, you want to come and do,
you want to own the show
or whatever? You want to be an analyst, just like that? You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, some people were great players, but they're not good in front of the camera. Like, we don't even know if he's good in front of the camera.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, Big Papi is a pretty good analyst in baseball, and Jeter was pretty good when they had the after show shows. They were good at what's going on. If the thing is, if he could be subjected to just a sport, like how Shaq and Barkley are, whereas this is the sport. We're talking about the sport. I can say you suck, and it's not personal to you. And Shaq is always like, yo, as good as me and Kobe were, if we didn't have a team behind us, we suck. It was the other guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. We got to see that, where Jordan goes, where he doesn't go, yo, fuck the Knicks. I own the Knicks. They losing. I don't want to Stephen A. Smith out there fucking hating the Cowboys. I want to see what he really says. Maybe he talks about how the game changed and it's good for the game or something.
But like I said, the way you do that is, first you got to make sure somebody's comfortable in front of the camera. I hope that like they did some like tests, some runs or some shit. Damian, if he is convicted of everything that he's being charged of, then no, he doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame.
What is he being?
Abuse. He's a wife beater.
Improper. Because I was gonna say, wasn't he a good fucking kicker?
He's considered one of the greatest kickers of all time. But again, everything is allegations.
Therapy session.
It's all allegations now. If it's proven, then he shouldn't be considered. He shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, because that's a crime.
And look, I have very different takes, because to me, and this people might, you guys might see it differently. Chris Benoit, to me, should not be wiped out of the WWE. That's just me. He was a wrestler. He was a performer. That is one aspect of his life. What he is accused of, because, again, there's a lot of speculations, but there's a lot of speculation that he did it, and there's a lot of other stuff that he didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I've talked to Led about this according to the coroner, the amount of horse tranquilizer he had in his system, for as long he had it in his system, he wouldn't have been able to pick up a book, let alone hang himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Chavo to this day says that, yo, I got a weird call from him. Like, if I didn't like him, he's asking me if I know how to get to there, knowing me while I basically live there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I remember when I first heard it, I didn't believe it either. I was like, yo, a towel around his neck to hang him? That sounds like some mafia shit.
Right, like, who places if his head was so fucked up with CTE, he would have never been able to place two Bibles by his son and his wife's bed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Again, according to the coroner, the amount of horse tranquilizer that they found in his system, he would have never been able to hang himself. You know what I'm saying? So, again, to this day, there's a lot of still, did he do it, did he didn't do it, kind of things with Benoit.
Yeah.
That's just me.
I think, so my thought process is, I think the reason why he's being isolated or exiled from the WWE and from wrestling is because woman was in the business also. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I think it's like, he did it to his family, it's fucked up and all that, but because woman was in the business, it was, you did it to one of us. You did it to another wrestler. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we can't condone that. That's, I think, why the wrestling industry, fucking banned them. You know what I'm saying? That's that's my thought process of it. Because every time you're gonna look it up, you're gonna see woman, and woman made a pivotal, in ECW and WCW.
Absolutely.
With the Taskmaster. She was a part of WCW, wrestling.
Bro, she was part of the Horsemen.
Yeah, she was there for. She was like Sherry outside of the WWE.
People to this day call her woman and don't even realize her name was Nancy.
Yeah. I still call her woman.
You see?
Yeah. Shit.
And you are have great knowledge of the industry, and you still call her woman because in her last years in WCW, this is what they called her as.
Yep.
When she was in ECW with the Sandman and then with Shane Douglas, whatever, she wasn't called woman, but she wasn't called Nancy. She was called something else. And I forget.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, I can see where you're going with that 100%. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, she was in the industry and stuff like that. But look, his son, his older son, you know what I'm saying, came and get in the industry.
Yeah. Well, because he doesn't want to change his name. He wants to go in as Chris Benoit.
Right. And to me, that shouldn't matter who his father is.
That's true. But Triple H was like, oh, if you look up China, you see all the porn she did. But that don't mean nothing.
Wait, say that again?
When they asked Triple H why they kept China out of the Hall of Fame, it was because if you look her up, if you Google her, the first thing you see is the porn that she did. But the thing is, but if you also look up
because you kicked her out of the WWE.
But if you look up Terry Wilson, if you look up Sable, if you look up Ashley Massano, you see Playboy. Same thing. And the crazy shit is, you heard the story with Ashley, right?
Absolutely.
They keep that quiet too.
For those of you guys don't know, apparently she was gang raped when they did one of those shoulder.
The tribute to the troops.
Yeah, the the Christmas trooper shows or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the people in WWE executives knew what happened, and they kept it hush hush because, it's our military. We're not gonna do something bad against our military.
Yeah.
Which is why many years later is why she committed suicide, because she couldn't get over it.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that word because it's not a word that you can use on YouTube. So
it's frowned upon. But no, and the thing was, she went in there. They said it was a menstrual cycle. She went through cramps. They gave her drugs and basically paralyzed her, and she was awake for the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? That's a story that I read, and that's fucked. You know what I'm saying? And that's why most of after I read that, I don't even watch the tribute to the troops. I don't watch those shows.
What?
The tribute to the troops.
Oh yeah.
I don't watch those shows. You notice they're no longer overseas now. They're in a thing in an army base or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fucked up what happened. But to be honest with you, I think you put woman in the Hall of Fame. Going back to the Chris Benoit.
Absolutely. I mean, ECW,
WCW, the Dangerous Alliance.
Absolutely.
Four Horsemen. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude, she was WCW before ECW. People forget.
Yeah.
She was part of the Dangerous Alliance.
She was the sensational Sherry of WCW.
Absolutely.
When
The
sensational Sherry was
only
in,
thing she didn't do is that she really didn't wrestle. So then Sherry was a wrestler before she became a valet.
Yeah.
Which is why Sherry could take those bumps that she took.
And give them.
Oh, yeah.
I was watching a match. I forgot who it was. It might have been Macho. Where she body slammed Macho Man.
Yeah, when she turned on him, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there going, not for nothing. I know she's a wrestler, but goddamn, she made that shit look easy. She made that shit look easy.
Bro, the fights between her and Medusa, a.k.a. Alundra Blaze, legendary.
Yeah. But see, now, I know we're talking about wrestling, but you know what? It's a sport, and the Yankees and the Knicks lost, so fuck you. But... like I made this claim to Ray the other day. It's like these new women, like talking about Charlotte, Becky, Bailey, Sasha, Paige. Right. They want to talk about, you know, they revolutionized women's wrestling. They revolutionized women's wrestling, or they brought it back. You know, it went to the Divas there, and I would say that it went away. And I think women like Molly Holly, Jacqueline, fucking Trish Stratus, I forgot her from ECW. I had her name, Jazz. You know, like those women, I think, bring back women's wrestling. It's just, it got to the point, like they still had to suffer through the fucking humiliation. But when they actually got to wrestle, you saw the potential there. It just took someone who wasn't a sexist to put it out there.
Like, I'm sorry, to me,
as serious as it should have been.
To me, Michelle McCool does not belong in the Hall of Fame. Sorry.
Not before most of the other people.
No.
Like, where's Victoria?
Exactly. The only reason Victoria is not in it because she did, you know, the scandal because of her and John Cena, calling that she was the other woman and broke up Cena's first marriage.
I didn't even know that.
Allegedly.
Yeah. I didn't even know that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, honestly, their personal lives,
right.
Unless it's one of those like Jeff Hardy, it's out in the news and all other shit.
Right.
I don't care. I'm not going
or Benoit kind of thing.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
I get it. I get it. But the fact that like you said, Victoria is not in the Hall of Fame, but Michelle McCool is.
Yeah. Oh, Layla? Michelle McCool was with Layla.
Right.
They were late cool.
Right.
You know, like, it's not going to be fucking disrespectful to Michelle McCool to be like, yo, we want to put both y'all in there. You're the first co-women's champion.
Right.
Now you got history. But
exactly.
you only put one of them in.
Exactly.
Now it's like, where is that?
Like, where's Layla?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like I'm gonna put Demolition in, but only Crush is gonna get the ring. Like, wait, what?
Right.
Where's Axe and Smash? You know, right. Mr. Fuji.
Crush, the guy that was originally a Hawaiian guy, and as a face, and he sucked, and you had to put him in Demolition.
Yeah, and then he turned into a white biker.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, which not for nothing, I like Crush. You know, it wasn't like I didn't think he could wrestle like that, but I like this character. I just like strong people.
Right. But you know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, come on now. You know, like it's politics in this Hall of Fame. Michelle McCool's in because she's married to the Taker.
Yeah. And you know, and the funny thing is like they mentioned that. And it's like, yeah, but you put two and two together, like what the fuck? You got Taker's boys is there. Of course they're gonna think about his wife. Like it may not be because you're the Undertaker's wife, but that helped.
You know, like again, if you and Layla would have been in the Hall of Fame as, you know, one of the first ever women's champion, because that's how they did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, but you only put Michelle McCool in there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yo, one, Joseph, I still listen to the fucking diss track, even though I'm a diehard Hogan fan. I am a Hulkamaniac. Be a man, Hulk.
Yes, you are. You really are.
Dude, Macho Man's bars and his songs was fire. I'm not gonna lie. I am a realist. I'm like, yo, he went hard. That's Macho Man. It's not Drake. Drake. You know what I'm saying? This Macho Man doing this shit. I used to blast those fucking songs. I wasn't ashamed of that. Fuck y'all. People look at me like, yo, this is a Macho Man. He'll fuck y'all motherfucker. He'll fuck your rapper up. Who's your rapper? Who fucking fucking Trevor Noah, whatever. Fuck you. Shit.
But nah, I mean, but like I said, you know, bro, like I'm sorry, you is Medusa even in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah. She went into the Hall of Fame a couple years ago.
Right. Medusa has a storied history as a wrestler.
Yes.
As a pioneer.
Of wrestling, not just WWE.
It took her years to get to the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle McCool has been retired for less than 10 years and she's already in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
It was kind of like when Edge and Austin went in. Like, I get it. Austin, he fucking started in the late 80s. You know, in the 70s, but
bro, he started in the late 70s.
Yeah, you know, starting to see, like, I get it. He had a long career, and they gave him a few years after he retired to become in the Hall of Fame. But Edge, it was like that year. Like Ray, I understand why you put him in the Hall of Fame because he is the greatest luchador of all time.
Yeah, Ray is the reason why. Not for nothing, I've always watched Lucha Libre, you know, Mexican wrestling. I knew about that way long time ago.
Nope.
To the American public, Ray, Eddie, you know, like they were their introduction to actual Lucha Libre, to that style of match. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yo, like, I remember one of the greatest matches is Eddie and Ray Halloween Havoc.
Yep. Yo, you fuck around. Another good fucking luchador match that no one talks about is Ray and Psychosis in ECW.
Oh, yeah. Dude, the matches they had there?
Shit.
The matches they had there is the reason why WCW signed both of them.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, people forget how much talent ECW had. Say what you want, but you had Benoit, Malenko, Ray, Eddie was there, NuKKle Scorpio, you know, dude, like
and
Psychosis, Juventud Guerrera.
Malenko went through ECW.
Well, I said Malenko, yeah.
Yeah.
You know
Jericho.
Yeah, Jericho. People forget that Jericho was in ECW.
Yep.
You know, like
La Parka.
Right. A lot of people remember the big names of ECW, like the Shane Douglases and fucking, you know, Tommy Dreamer, Raven, and stuff like that. People forget the people that actually went through. Like Steve Austin got a hitch. Steve Austin had a chance to do one match or two matches and some great promos in ECW. And if you go back to the promos that he did in ECW, where he still had the long blonde hair, like here, and he's imitating Hogan or whatever, you saw something that WCW never allowed him to do. Dude, WCW never allowed Steve Austin to talk. He was Stunning Steve. He was with the Dangerous Alliance League. And then at Stunning Steve, right, he was part of the Hollywood Bronze, and where Brian Pillman was the mic.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then fucking you see he goes to Eric Bischoff fires him via FedEx. You know.
So here's the thing. Eric Bischoff actually spoke to someone on a podcast. Yeah, for real, Krills. Damn the fucking Knicks. And they said that he goes, legally, we have to send you a document saying you're fired. So he's like, everyone gets the FedEx mail. Even if I fired you by voice and sent you home, I have to send you a letter via FedEx or post office, something that's registered to legally say that you're fired.
Absolutely, they have to do that. But what I'm saying is, Austin was like, dude, I opened up that package and I was being told that I was fired. Like, I didn't know that. Like, like I get it that you would literally have to send them a legally binding document because
Yeah.
in a lot of wrestling contracts, you can wrestle for something on a certain amount of time.
No combat.
No non-disclosure deals or whatever they're called.
What's that? Compete clause, not compete clause.
Yeah, no compete clause. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Here you go, Krills. This is the reason why the fucking Knicks lost.
because of this guy right here.
I know y'all was talking shit. He ain't coming back. I got y'all motherfuckers. I'm back.
We don't want
Shit.
you back.
Word.
Show's goddamn almost over.
Word. But yeah, then
You left us, asshole.
but yo, dude, and that was the thing with ECW. If ECW had funding, I think it
If
would still be around
ECW would
today.
have had backing, ooh.
It would have still been around today. But
I
the
don't
problem
know. I don't know if that style of wrestling would still been around today
was remember Japan started it.
because it takes it takes a toll on your body, on your life. It really does.
Here's the thing, though, with the money that they would have had to pay the wrestlers, Malenko, Eddie, Ray would have still been there.
It
would have still been there. You would have had hardcore matches, but you would also had classic catch can matches.
Bro,
You would have had classic.
I remember, and a lot of people, and like I said, this is a sports podcast, and we can talk about wrestling.
Word.
When they had a pay-per-view and they were having technical difficulties, and they literally sent out one of the hottest vixens at that time, Kimono Wanalea, to do a striptease because they were having difficulties. I don't know if it was with a wrestler that hadn't showed up or some other lighting difficulties. Like, they literally said, yo, will you go out there and do like a striptease? And she went out there and did a striptease, bro.
Show some titties.
People were fucking. They were committed. Paul had people committed.
Yo, dude, how many panty flashes did we get with Francine?
Flashes, bro.
Or Beulah.
Every pile driver was like her tits about to pop out.
You know?
Yeah. All right, question. Now with the MLB unbanning players who have rigged the game, should the NBA do the same and unban Murray?
Well, Damien.
And then rig the game.
Again, P. Rose never rigged the game. And Shoeless Joe Jackson, to the day he died, said he wasn't involved with ringing the World Series. So, you have to
get his shoes back.
No, you asshole.
You're keeping those shoes. Those are collector's items.
So it's not the same thing as Murray. Murray was literally betting on games he was in.
Yeah.
A little bit different. Like, the only one I can say maybe is in the same league would be P. Rose. But then again, P. Rose is the all-time hits leader. Murray ain't nobody in basketball. Sorry.
Hey, he said that he was betting on other games. He wasn't betting on his.
Right.
I got a question along this line.
What's your question?
Was he okay as Murray? I'm giving you an example. Let's say I was George Brett. Was it George Brett? Who was it that got caught? Brett Mike. Who was it that got
Brett
caught?
Michael's the singer.
Wait a minute.
I don't know.
I forgot his name.
I know Brett Michaels is a singer.
Nah, the guy that got caught for gambling. I forgot his name. We were just talking about
in what in basketball?
Baseball.
P. Rose.
Okay. If P. Rose was, my question to you is, can you bet on your game and actually not throw it? Like, was he? Because I know this guy was betting on his games, but was he throwing it? Because if he's playing extra hard and he's
P.
scoring
Rose
100,
said that he gambled on baseball, but he never bet on his games.
Yeah, but my question is, if you do bet on your games and you're playing harder or playing better, what's the problem? Like,
usually you bet on your games to shave points.
That was my what I was trying to get at. I wonder if anybody got caught doing it to bet. Like, yo, I bet you I'm gonna whoop your ass. Matter of fact, I put 100 right now.
Think about it. Thinking about it this way, Show. You're betting on the game you're playing. And let's say you bet to make sure that your team wins by 3.
Ooh. You could have won by 30, but you stopped at 3.
Let's say you put a bet, a $500 bet that your team is going to win by 3 or whatever, and it pays out fucking $70,000 or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they were talking about.
Do that 5 times, you already made what you make a year. Shit.
Right, but it's stupid because like Murray played in a time where the minimum wage for a veteran was like $3 million.
Wow.
Who are you talking about, Murray?
It's not DeJounte. It's somebody else. I forgot his name.
When I looked up, the only person they're talking about is Deontay Porter.
Porter, that's the one. They confusing him
from the Toronto Raptors.
Confusing him with Deontay. The other guy is Deontay Murray. So it's Porter.
It doesn't matter. I know that the basketball player was actually betting on the games he was in. So
yeah, he said the league found that Porter placed at least 13 bets on NBA games, with 3 being multi-game parlays that included the Raptors games, and all of which were bets on Raptors to lose.
Did he win though? I wish we could see it. It was a winning bet. My man hit $100,000.
I mean,
I wish they would show it.
How fucked up are you that you get a fucking NBA contract and you need to gamble because you ain't got the money?
Yo, bro, shit. Again, it wasn't like he was playing during Jordan's era where the veteran minimum wasn't even $1 million. It was like like $750K or something like that. The league minimum when Murray or whoever that player was playing was like $2 million.
Word,
like, how much you could have put those? You could have put the whatever you were getting in stocks and fucking and made more money than put it in gambling.
Word, you could have bought crypto.
I'll give you an example. There's wrestlers that were making $2 million a year, and they weren't surviving on that because they gotta pay. They gotta pay for everything. They gotta pay their taxes. They gotta pay their agent. They gotta pay their cousins. So he's gonna make $60,000.
Basketball is different.
Well, yeah. One, basketball in wrestling, you have to pay for your travel, but that's different because you make money based off of your slot on the card. If you're in the pay-per-view, you make more money and all other shit because they have 2 different contracts. Either guarantee, like this is what you get base and nothing more, or you could go, this is what you're getting, and depending on where you at in the card or whatever, we'll pay you more. But in basketball, the team sends you places. The team pays for your stay. You ain't spending no money. The only thing you spending money on is alimony and fucking child support.
And taxes. I know you gotta get taxed. Half of that gotta go to tax.
Alimony and child support.
Shit.
Woo, that's funny.
I'm gonna say half of it is tax, and then if you making $2 million a year,
bro, you gotta remember
they pay the same amount of tax. Just like 30%. What is it like? 30%?
If you are a good player and you get hurt, the team is gonna set you up whatever doctor, whatever you want. That way, you won't have to pay for it.
Joe, let me ask you a question. With all the bills that you pay, would you rather be making the money you're making now, or would you rather be making the money they're making?
You know, I'm glad you brought me to that because that's the point I was getting at with him. If I was making $2 million, my house wouldn't be worth $200,000. It'll now be worth $1 million. So my mortgage is going to be a certain amount. So I'm going to have to pay that from the $1 million that I'm getting. It's rough. Like I was going to use me as an example. I'm making so much money and I don't see a dime. Like, nigga, I'm broke. Everything is bills.
But whose fault is that?
The life that I chose to live, I guess, the house.
Because I don't care how much fucking taxes you pay and how much of a sad story you got for someone making $2 million a year. I'll take $2 million. I'll live that life. Shit, I know Hutch will live that. Like, I'll sacrifice my happiness and my and 30% of the taxes of $2 million to have $2 million a year than be fucking living paycheck to paycheck and then not even get paid half my fucking paycheck. You know what I'm saying? Every 2 weeks, like, shit, give me a couple $1 million. I'll suffer with that.
This is what I'm saying.
Like, yo, like, I don't know if you know this show, but life ain't like golf, where the least amount of money you make, the better. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if that's the case, then show we're gonna have to change salary. So you can take my salary, I'll take your salary, and we'll see who's happier.
Bro, when I started here, I used to make $400 a week, and I had more money than I do now.
Well, that's because you spend.
My man Joseph said, "Show gambling too much. That's where the money's gone."
Let me tell you something. When I was, if I would have kept the car I had before I bought this one, I would have a lot more money. But I chose to spend the money I got on the car. I can't bitch about that because that's a luxury that I'm spending it on. Now, if I turn around and I made more money and the rent went up 50%, or Trump said fuck the tariffs, now we're gonna tax you 50% of what you're getting, and I'm losing all that money, and it's not even getting in my hands, that's a problem. But because at any point I can get rid of this car and get that money that I'm spending on it back.
No question.
You know what I'm saying?
If you made $2 million, would you have the same car? Would you go to the dealership to get that Benz?
It would have been paid off. I would not be making payments on that fucking car. I'd have paid that shit in full and I'd have been chilling.
All right, let's say you would have used from your $1 million that you made that year. That's that's already $80,000 gone.
80,000.
Yeah,
how much you think my car costs?
You're not gonna get you're gonna get some upgrades, bro. You're gonna get the TV.
I mean, shit.
AMG package. You're gonna get something.
No, dude. If I was making millions of dollars and I had millions of dollars, the first thing I would do is the dance. Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. I see you, Hutch. But the first thing I'd have done was bought a house. Shit.
See, the fucked up shit about buying houses here in the States is you got a mortgage, you got property tax. That's why, like people laugh at me when I tell them, dude, you see the people you see living in like apartments in here, especially the white ones that make money, they go buy houses fucking in like the Caribbean, shit like that, and have mansions. You know why? Because if you can buy a house over there or any place else but here, you don't pay property tax. You don't pay a mortgage. This is what makes buying a house and owning a home in the United States so difficult. Is the fucking property taxes, mortgages, and stuff like that. That's why it's up. And let's not forget. Right, if you own a home and something breaks, you have to come out of pocket to fix it.
Yeah.
If you're renting an apartment and something breaks, by law, the landlord's got to come in and fix it.
I got a question for you, Hoge, because I had this discussion with Toad. And the issue is, if you don't mind me asking, how much is your rent?
That's a personal question.
Well, give me it is a personal question. I don't really need the right number. Give me an example. Give me a fake example.
He's spending about $5,000 a month.
Let's just say it's about $2,000.
Okay, there you go. I didn't want the real number.
Normal rent.
I just wanted any number. You paying $2,000 a month. Right. I've been paying $1,900 a month for the last 13 years. How much is your apartment worth if you wanted to leave?
Nothing.
That's
Nothing.
the issue.
I would only get.
That's the issue with liquidation. Like the thing is,
Man,
you're
fine,
investing in an asset.
Here's the thing.
For the home.
Exactly.
And let me break it down.
I don't want the numbers.
Let me break it down to you, show. Right? Let's say you bought you put what 20% down payment on the house. You've been paying $1,900 for about 15 years, whatever. Let's say when it comes time to sell, right, and the market is on the downward spiral, you could end up losing money.
Well, the thing with the market is that it's not gonna stay down for a long time because they always find their way to bounce back. But the thing is, like, here goes the house I grew up in, right? My mother bought it in the early '80s. From what I understood, it was $75,000. Now, when I look at that same house on Zillow, it's $980,000.
Right.
So if you would have kept it, let's say they would have paid the house off, they would have kept it, and now they want to sell, they would have made almost 10 times, more than 10 times what they invested in.
More than any stock.
Not necessarily, because you would have to factor in any time that they had to do repairs.
Yeah, but now here's the thing with the repairs, because I've seen it. So a water main break that happened to us, it was $6,000 to fix it. Now a roof, depending on who you get to do it, could be anywhere $10,000. If you want to remodel shit with the fucking the zoning permits and all other shit, could be anywhere from $15,000-$20,000. So let's put that there. Like you redid the roof, that's $15,000. You redid the kitchen, that's another $15,000. That's $30,000. Now we're talking about $105,000 for the house. You sell it at $980,000. But also the thing with the house is, now let's say you buy a house for $250,000, right? Let's say shows like, yo, I need a bigger house. We're gonna sell it for $350,000. Right. He owes maybe let's say $280,000 on the house. So $280,000 minus the $350,000, he has a down payment now on the other house. Yeah. He puts that down payment on the other house, and he buys that house for, let's say, $300,000, $400,000. A couple years down the line, he goes, yo, we don't need this big of a house because my kids are gone. Now that house costs $700,000 because it's a big house.
And you can rent it out.
You sell it. You sell it for $700,000, and you paid $400,000 on it. Let's say you still owe $350,000. Now you just got back almost what you got for the first house. So you can buy a small house in total and just worry about the property tax. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how they use. That's how they do with the stock market. Is usually what they do is they invest a little money into a house. They get a small loan. They get a small house. They flip that for a little bit, and then they use that for a down payment on another house. And like that's how they usually do the fix and flips with the real estate, because everybody's going to want a home. It's just when you start investing in those multi-million-dollar houses, you ain't gonna make a return on it.
Everybody needs a home, but not everybody got the credit for it. So you could be the bank, bro. Yeah. If I own a home for you, you just got to pay me.
Like, but the thing is, like, let's say you buy a house that's a little bit above your means, like you could barely pay for it monthly, but then something breaks, now you're fucked. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, I got to figure out.
Yeah, and you're figuring, and that's all that's all good and dandy, right? But let's say you get into the new house, right? Your mortgage is higher, your property taxes are higher. But let's say Show is the main breadwinner of the family.
Yeah.
Right? Let's say something happens, loses his job. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And his wife can't, doesn't make enough to make those payments.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, what I'm saying is, I understand that, after a while you can sell the house and sell and make more money. But what I'm saying is, there should be no reason why we would have to pay property taxes.
Oh yeah,
That's
you bought
what
the
I'm
property.
saying.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I thought you meant like it wasn't worth buying a house.
Not if you have to pay property taxes.
Yeah, depending on how much the property tax is.
I pay it with my mortgage too, so it's not that bad.
Like you busted your ass to make enough to save enough money to buy put a down payment on the house, right? So the mortgage is paying off the house. Then they're gonna say, "Hey, by the way, because you own the home, we're gonna charge you tax because you own the home." Like, what kind of bullshit is that?
No, yeah, they tax us when we get paid. They tax us when we pay something.
Tax us for fucking breathing.
They're about to.
Taxes was for war, right? Before, back in the days, I heard it was only for wars. Like they used to collect for wars, and then it was only like once, and then they kept it. It was something weird. I forgot what it was.
There's a reason why there's some states that don't have any state taxes. Texas, Florida, shit like that. New York, we got a state tax. That's why on your paycheck you see federal tax and you see a state tax.
And I love where you see fucking Medicare. You don't even fucking get it.
All right, listen.
All right, so you're right. In 1862, President Lincoln signed into law a revenue-raising measure to help pay for the Civil War expenses.
That was a one-time thing.
Yeah, the measure created a commissioner of internal revenue and the nation's first income tax that levied a 3% tax on income between $600,000 and $10,000 and a 5% tax on incomes of more than $10,000.
Yeah, but let's move on to some more. One more important topic before we go.
Great topic. We need that for the towing show.
We need you for the towing show.
So Republicans just submitted a bill to ban porn.
Wait, Republicans are making black porn?
Listen.
So they want to pass a bill, or they introduce a bill to ban porn.
Oh, okay.
Coach, I'm going to say this loud and clear. The LGBT community is now overreaching.
Wait, say that again?
The LGBT community is now overreaching if they're trying to ban porn.
Wait, so the Republicans are the LGBT?
They got to be. They got to be. Well, you know what it is? I swear to God. Coach, I have this theory. The reason why they want to ban porn is because women are making a lot of money.
Of course.
They have to control the sex. With women making more money than men, they're not getting as much sex. And these guys don't have the swagger to get it on their own, so they need to put shit in place to get their upper hand. You ever notice, remember back in the day? When you needed to be rich and have a house and a job and all that other shit, and the only people that could do it was the white people, and that's where they had all these beautiful women. And now these guys figured out how to get beautiful women without having all that, and now it's like, wait a minute. Oh, y'all should get married. Oh, look at how much marriage sucks. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we got to get these women away from these guys. Look, they're deadbeat. They can't even pay for a sandwich. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro, it's all about them leveraging their self to get sex. It's not about politics. It's not about the country. It's about them getting sex.
The thing I find the funniest thing is that they're daddy, because that's what the fuck,
Yeah, that's where they got their money from.
If they're no, I'm not talking about their daddy. I'm talking about their daddy, like an Agent Orange. That daddy is notorious for paying off porn stars to have sex with them.
And if I had the money, I would too.
And his wife.
That's what I was gonna say. Yo, is that
right? Well, no, but what I'm saying is, they're introducing this bill because they want to ban porn, and I'm like, yo, your ringleader is notorious for paying for sex. from porn
We
stars.
all pay for sex. We take them out for dinner. We take them to the
Show.
I'm sorry.
You're
sorry.
missing the point, show.
Oh well, yeah, because I was about to get in there. I was about to get in there like
their ringleader loves himself some porn. So I just think that's a conflict of interest.
Yeah, no, I get it. That's like me saying we should ban steaks.
Right.
We should never curse again.
We should ban Pepsi.
Word. No, but I was about to defend that shit. I mean, like, shit, we pay a chef to cook, right?
See?
Hey, listen, I understand what you guys are saying. I don't disagree with it. But my point is, the leader of their party is notorious for shit like that. And you're going to introduce a bill to ban it?
Yeah, you remember, Hush, when you said the only thing me and Show heard was our mama's titties.
Yeah, listen, let's put my mama's titties in this box and let's throw it in the fucking ocean, all right?
Yeah. You know, where those big girls at?
What movie is that from, Ray?
Where? We need those big girls. Y'all motherfuckers need Jesus. They want to ban porn but not go against the human trafficking and pedophilia going on in the government. Yo, nope. Yo, you heard about Duke's Dumpster Drosy?
Yeah.
He followed me on TikTok.
Oh,
he actually this is before the allegation.
Right.
But I'm like, yeah, the one fucking that follows me on TikTok, son of a bitch. No, but yeah, those should never fuck up names. Yeah, I don't fuck up names. It's just the names that I give you wasn't the names you was assigned at birth.
Yo, Damien, come on, you've been here long enough. You heard him read out names.
Word.
That's a staple. That's a staple of Toe.
For real. Shit, when Key and Peele comes back, they're going to make this segment of me just reading fucking names. Obakalin Balaki. Motherfucker, that shit says Chris Brown. I know it don't.
Nah, but yeah, dude, I look at that and I'm like, look, bro. Yo, your ringleader loves himself some porn stars.
Yeah.
You guys, I'm pretty sure that that if you go into these Republicans fucking or a lot of people in government into their computers and shit like that, they all got porn. Some more disturbing porn than others, but
we seen Wolf of Wall Street. We know what they be doing.
It's like, yo, come on now.
They got more money than P. Diddy. And look what he's doing.
Porn is literally one of the oldest professions.
I'm surprised P. Diddy didn't start a porn company.
Who?
To be honest with you, if Diddy really wanted to cover his own ass, he would have had a porn industry, had everybody sign contracts. I'm like, nah, they just workers.
Yeah, you have no.
But, listen, I'm not trying to make no defense for this man. He took a bad bitch and fucked her up. Anyway, no.
You know what? Damon posed a good question.
Do y'all think Joey Janela and GCW would be blamed for Sabu's death? So you heard what happened with that, right?
Yeah.
That whole thing came out.
Not me.
So the thing was, apparently
Sabu showed up to that match and he can barely walk. And they gave him some shit that was basically
an opioid.
Yeah.
And he was out of it during the match. The ref was like, he's not responding to shit. And then the Sandman said, when I came out, he just went back into old school ECW mode. And I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know about his death. Because if he died because of that match put too much strain on him, then yeah. But I know for a fact they shouldn't have put him in that match. Because if you see the match, I was like, yo, dude, my man jumped and got a little bit further than Becky Lynch jumps.
Yeah, dude, I was watching some of that, and I'm like, bro, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't consider blaming Joey Janela, but the promoter of GCW should be found liable of some shit. No, don't just your shit show. I I'm tall. I'm like literally right here.
I was gonna say
no, so listen, you're the promoter, right? You're the promoter. It's your responsibility to keep these people safe.
All right, so let me break it down a little bit more for show. So, Sabu is so fucked up that he needs drugs to operate in life, and it was his retirement match. And the day of the retirement match, Sabu's representative called him up and like, yo, he can't move. His knees are locked up. He can't do nothing. He's not going to be able to make it to the show. And the owner was like, shit, I'm going to have to fucking cancel Sabu's match again. And this is his retirement match. What am I going to do? So he's thinking about shit. And 2 hours before the show starts, he said, fuck it. And he called up Sabu's guy and said, listen, if you can get him here, we will give him this, which is an over-the-counter opioid. And that way he can function. And they got there, they gave him the drugs, he was functioning, and they made him go out and wrestle.
So you're saying it's the manager's fault? Because if you would have called me for my client and said, we're going to give him this, I would have said, fuck you.
I don't think it was his client. I think it was just Sabu's people. And maybe when they told Sabu said, fuck it, I'll go. But, dude, the GCW nigga should have been like, yo, fuck it, I'm going to have to eat this. Sabu can't make it. Because when you're Sabu and you can't move without an opioid, you're addicted to the shit. There's nothing Sabu could say that's going to be like, oh, no, I'm just going to sit out. Nah, if you're going to offer him free drugs and he's addicted to it, you're damn right he's going to take it. You took advantage of an addict. Whether basically, he, and then like Joey goes and he still has the match. Whether he knows, if he knew what was happening, he's fucked up for going out there.
Absolutely.
If he didn't know what was happening, it's a fucked up situation he's in.
He should have did the Sting. Roll up for the pin.
I mean, this is his retirement match. I get you, so I get it. But they did a lot of shit in that match. Like Sabu jumped through a fucking barbed wire table. I think it was barbed wire glass or some shit. He jumped out of the ring and landed on the
there was a lot of shit that they went through, bro.
Yeah.
I think I saw some of that, and it looked unnecessary. Like he was just jumping through shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
My whole thing is, look. Joseph, I blame Sabu also. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, you know what I'm saying? I mean, let's cut the crap. All right, these wrestlers, some of them, one, don't know when to walk away.
Yeah.
And two,
they live off it.
This is how they support their families. Even at 60, I'm pretty sure, like very few people get the contracts that like a John Cena or some of these bigger names are making. Very few wrestlers make millions and millions of dollars a year. And
also, like if you watch enough, like Dark Side of the Rings, or if you hear, just watch Jake the Snake Roberts' fucking Hall of Fame speech. The act of wrestling alone is addictive. And sometimes, whether it's a part of their better nature or not, they're gonna go out there and they're gonna wrestle. Like look at Mick Foley.
You wanna watch a great movie? Watch The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke.
Yeah. Look at Mick Foley. He got thrown off the Hell in a Cell and came back. Got thrown through it, came back. Like at what point if he would have left after he got thrown off the Hell in a Cell, we would still have remembered it. He didn't need to go back. He got smacked 11 times in the fucking head by The Rock. He said that he did not remember that match. And it's for us.
Right.
At some point, someone has to look out for these wrestlers.
Damien, look, I'm going to be truthful, Damien. I give two shits about the fans being fucking pissed.
Yeah, word. Shit happens.
I'm saying a real promoter would have came out and said, "Look, I had Sabu scheduled. I got a call. He's immobile. He can't really walk or everything. I'm sorry. I would have to, cancel this match or rebook it or whatever. And then look. Let me. There's fans are the majority of them will be like, okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Now you will have some that will be like, oh, I came here to see Sabu only. I want my money back. And to tell you the truth, to me, that's like going to a restaurant, having a meal, and eating like 3/4 of it, and then when there's a quarter left, talking about, I didn't like it, I'm not paying for the meal.
Yeah.
Like, motherfucker, that you would, like, if you went and you was at the show from the beginning and Sabu's match is the ending of the last match, and you watched everything in that was, every match that was there, and you enjoy yourself, and then you want to come out and say, oh, well, I want my money back simply because I didn't get to see that match, you're being a dick. Joseph, Now there are some real promoters out there.
I mean,
there's not a lot.
Yeah.
There's not a lot, but there are some real ones who would even be like, yo, if you guys want your money back, I'll give you guys your money back.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, also, that card is built around Sabu's retirement match. You're going there to see other matches also. This isn't like boxing where the only reason you bought this pay-per-view was to see Tyson fight. Right. You watch a wrestling event from beginning to end.
Unless you show and you show 5 minutes before the last match.
That's BS, Toe. You would be a lot more motivated to buy tickets for a Hulk Hogan retirement match. And that's what you're going for. And yeah, there's wrestling around that, but this is what I came to see. I don't want this other wrestling I don't want to see.
But what I'm saying is, as a real promoter, if you come out and say, listen, unfortunately, the man can't fucking walk. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but also, this is wrestling.
Yeah, I understand.
I went to Madison Square Garden the day after Christmas on their Christmas tour, and I was like, yo, I'm finally going to be able to see Rey Mysterio Jr. He fought Alberto Del Rio. If that match didn't happen because Rey Mysterio was hurt, I still had Cody Rhodes backflipping off of a cage onto fucking Cesaro and Jack Swagger. I still had Seth Rollins versus John Cena in a table match. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw other matches that happened there. I just didn't get to see Ray. When you go to watch wrestling, you go there to see the whole event.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm here to see Hogan's retirement match, but I'm there for the whole event. Just like WrestleMania. The stadium was not empty at WrestleMania 3 until, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like they rushed in when Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan happened. But in boxing, that crowd is half full until Tyson walks out. Then they're packed. You know what I'm saying?
Damien, let me be truthful. I've been to a lot of these indie shows now. Ain't nobody getting that drunk.
Yeah, they don't have the money.
Maybe one or two, but ain't nobody getting that drunk. That they're gonna be that so many fans are gonna be drunk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I was there with Toe and Gigi when we saw Homicide in Jersey. You know what I'm saying? And when he was telling us, yo, this might be my last match or whatever, it's going to be my last match, whatever, like, you can hear in his voice, the way he's talking, like, yeah, dude, this needs to be your last match.
Yeah.
So it's 100. My thing is, as a promoter, you know what I'm saying, that there are certain wrestlers, especially when they get up there in a certain age, that, can't go the way they went in the past. You know what I'm saying? So it's not only about protecting the wrestler, it's also about protecting your product.
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Because God forbid Sabu would have died in the ring. That's another thing. You have to worry about your insurance.
Now you're liable for that death.
Yeah.
Fuck it then. Arrest the guy that let fucking Ric Flair wrestle too. Fuck that.
Bro.
But
I'm surprised they didn't.
Here's the thing.
Ric Flair almost died twice in that match.
Yeah, Ric Flair is not going to wrestle in a gym like Sabu was.
Yeah.
You know,
Ric Flair, I think Ric Flair put that shit on himself. So Ric Flair put his own promotion on.
Look, all I'm saying is, this guy was addicted to this opio, and the only way he can wrestle if he's high off it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude. That's like, I'm addicted to crack, but you're not gonna tell my managers you're not gonna tell anybody else that you're gonna give me crack, but you come to me and be like, yo, I'll give you some crack.
He finally admitted it, so put it on the tip.
Ray, you got your crack.
Listen, do me a favor, show. Take off the hat, please. just take off the hat. We all know you're a Mets fan.
Oh shit!
All right. No, but it's like, come on now. That should be on the promoter. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
On the promoter and on Sabu's people.
Yeah. Shit.
It's a sad thing, but yeah, bro, come on now. That's why I say, some people that learn how to walk away from actual, like, wrestlers and boxers are the worst. Like, they're like, oh, I have one more match in me. Yo, dude, that one more match might be the end of your life.
Yeah. That's why the best people to walk away are the ones that have that fallback plan. Like Kobe, when he walked away from basketball, he went into producing and doing those short films and stuff like that. Batista fucking went into acting. Shaq went into everything. He owned Papa John's. He owns half the planet. He owns Adidas. Like, he just said, "Fuck it, what can I own?" I'm a Magic Johnson. He bought a piece of Magic Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. But, I mean, that's what it is. You need something to fall back on. And what the sad case is, you have a lot of wrestlers that live that
who never make it to match. Who never make it to.
Yeah. They live that match to match, and they don't let it go. It's not, dude, when, I don't want to say you're failing, but when you're not succeeding, it's okay to let go of something and to pivot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you love painting, right? You love painting. You want to be a painter and sell your paintings for millions of dollars. All your paintings you sell for just enough money to eat and get another painting. Cool. You can't sit there and go, when I'm 90 years old, I'm going to get that one painting that's $1 million. You're not going to enjoy that shit.
Like, look, I remember a lot of people laughed at Lilo Rush when he's like, yo, when I was in WWE, I had to quit wrestling because I couldn't afford to be a wrestler. You got to remember, like maybe John Cena, Triple H, maybe they fly in private planes or whatever.
Yeah.
Most wrestlers have to split a rental car to get from one spot to another.
Yep.
They have to pay for that. They have to. I'm not. Hold on, I'm getting it because they have to pay for that rental car. Then they got to pay for that gas. They got to pay for that food. They got to wait. Yep. They got to pay for that hotel room. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a lot of stuff that goes in it.
That's why a lot of these females like Cora Jade and Mandy Rose and all that OnlyFans is gonna happen once my non-compete clause drops, because Mandy Rose admitted she loved wrestling, but she gets to wake up whenever the fuck she wants, do whatever contest she wants. She made $1 million the first day.
She said her first day she made more money than she ever made as a wrestler.
Yeah.
And I mean, I haven't watched her old death. I don't even, whatever, but I don't even know if she gets naked. But the fact that she made more money her first one day on OF where she made millions of dollars, made more than her combined earnings from WWE.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It is. You know, this shit ain't for the faint of heart. It's not for fucking, you know, you gotta really love this shit. And even the people that we watch on the, you know, the New York circuit, a lot of them got second jobs.
Absolutely.
You know, they got their jobs that support their habit.
Right. Wrestling is their habit.
Yeah.
Wrestling is their hobby.
The hobby. There you go.
Damien, no, if you saw that match, the dude,
it was just bad timing.
Yeah.
It was bad timing. It was one of those things where anything would have got him. That's why they didn't prosecute Ray. Like, I know there was another wrestler in Japan that they gave him a German suplex and he basically got decapitated. But they were saying that wrestler's neck was so fucked up that the wind would have decapitated him. You know, a lot of these wrestlers, they wrestle hurt. Like, dude, Bam Bam Bigelow went too soon, but he was so addicted to painkillers because it was the only thing that he can do to get to that next show because he was going to be the next guy, and he fucking kills himself.
Dude, test.
Yo, dude, have you seen The Earthquake? Fucking,
no, John Tenta? No.
Dude, he had pancreatic cancer. They said that is the most curable cancer you can get. But because he never went to the doctor, because he needed to drive a truck to support his family because he couldn't wrestle no more, he fucking died from it. Get that shit.
Yeah.
A lot of people go through that with colon cancer. They too scared.
Bro, but it's like that. It's like the dude was like, yo, if I go out for surgery for prostate cancer or whatever cancer or whatever it is, my family has no money.
Yeah.
You know, that's why
back in those days, if you didn't wrestle, you didn't make money.
That's why they say a lot of, no, not to dismiss women, but a lot of men do jobs or work jobs that know that if I can't make this money, my family ain't gonna have a house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but on that note, I am beat to.
Nah, I hear you. You're beat like the Golden State Warriors.
Good conversation today, though.
Yeah.
Die.
Word.
No, I don't.
New Jack still paying after that stupid cage match. Bro, didn't New Jack die?
Bro, I don't know.
But yeah, man, we can continue that tomorrow. Tomorrow's the wrestling show, even though wrestling is sports. So fuck y'all if you got a problem with it. And if you have a problem with it, do me a favor, come back tomorrow, like, subscribe, and share all that shit with us because, you know, we need all that. That's the best we could do.
I'm not sleepy. I got allergies going on. Yeah. My fucking thing. My eyes are burning right now.
Listen, I'm going to make this quick. If I don't want to go back to stripping. So we need y'all to share this and like and all this other stuff. I got kids that potentially I got to feed one day. So I need to make monies. I need all the monies.
And raise his manager.
Yeah. So we need all the monies that we can get from YouTube. It don't cost y'all a thing to get a mob of people to like us. Tell YouTube you want the knuckleheads to be number one. They're holding us back because they found out we are not only men, but we are minorities.
Tell YouTube you want to monetize the knucklehead.
That's right. That's
Get
right.
the money.
We need the monies.
Get the money.
All of the money. Give me that money. I done we get the paper. You give me that money, and then we get the money. All right. So until we get some monies, it's your friendly knucklehead, friendly neighborhood knucklehead signing out. Peace, everybody. Shit, we need the money. Out of this shit.